which will not satisfy the shortening. Like here there is a condition, like let me open the code terminal, like import pandas as pd. Here this name can be anything, but it should follow a certain rule. I will be saying about that rule. If we run this cell, it will run for sure, because it's not having any exception. Like there was a condition in python, like if we type the code import pandas as 1pd, like if we are starting the variable name which we are keeping as a shortcut, it must not start with the numeric value. If it is starting with the numeric value, it will throw us an error, because you might be knowing that variables in python cannot be started by a numerical value. Basically here you can see the first cell is running and the second cell is not running. It will be showing an error, because we can't able to define a variable starting with a numerical. So make sure when you are using an alias name, make sure that you will not use your numerical value there. So okay, so basically we will be discussing about the pandas. In pandas, pandas is a library. In that library we will be having three type of data structures. One is series, another one is data frame, and the third one was panel. Like series deal with one dimensional data, like a list as an argument. We can pass a list as an argument, which will be one dimensional data. And coming to data frame, it will handle the two dimensional data, and panel will be handling the multi-dimensional data, like 3D data, 4D data. So basically let's start by creating a panda series. Like I hope everybody to code along with me. So basically to create an empty series, like first we are trying to create an empty series. So to create an empty series, first we will be importing the pandas, import pandas as pd. And after that we will be calling pd.series, which will create a series for us, and we will be assigning it to empty series. And now we will be printing the empty series. So I think everybody are okay with creating a empty series, right? The first line was to import the pandas, and in pandas we are accessing the series function, and we are assigning it to the variable empty series, and we are printing the variable empty series. So when we run this code, we will be getting an empty series. See here you can see we are getting an empty series, and the data type is object. So next our target is to create a series using an array. How do you create an array in Python? So first, basically to access the series, we will be importing the pandas library, and after that, to create an array, we will be importing the numpys. And after numpys, first we have to create an array. So how to create an array? We will be using a function in numpys np.array to create an array, and let's assign it to a variable data array. So here in this line you can see that we are creating an array. We are using numpy's library and we are creating an array. In that array we are storing some values, and we are assigning that to a data array. Now this is an array. We have to create a series out of it. To create a series out of it, simply we can pass the array, data array variable to the array series, so that series function, so that it will be converted into the series. So now we have to print the series. We will get the series. Now if we run this code, the first thing was we are creating an array here, and we are passing that array into the series. Now we will be getting a series. See here you can see the series. And the next one was series using a list. So to create a series using a list, first what we have to do, we have to create a list, and in the same procedure we have to pass the list to the series function, which is there in the pandas. So first we will be importing the pandas, and we will be creating a list, and after that we will be passing that list to the series function, so that the series function will be converting it into the series. And let's print the series. I think you are all perfect with creating a series, empty series, series using array, series using list, right? The same thing here also. While creating a series using dictionary, first we have to create a dictionary with key value pairs, and after that we must assign it to the series function, and the series function will convert the corresponding dictionary to the series, and we will be printing the dictionary. So let's type it. So first the step, we have to import pandas as PD, and after that we have to create a dictionary. How do you create a dictionary? Let's create a dictionary. Like we will be using the curly bracket, and we have to give key value pairs, right? So here I'm giving a key 3, and after that I'm assigning some value for it, and I'm giving another thing 1, and I'm assigning a value to it. uh, yeah. Then what we have to do, we have to pass the dictionary to the series function which is there in the pandas, and now we can print the data dictionary. Now it will not be the data dictionary, it will be converted into the series, and now we will be getting the series output. Yeah, here you can see that. uh, like I think everybody were okay with creating a series, right? So now we will be doing some of the operations like accessing elements from series, and we will be performing some operations on series. Uh, a thing to remember is that series is one dimensional. Like here we can only give one dimensional array, and coming to data frame we can give the two dimensional array and we can do a work. Just a second. Like, is it fine, right? The screen size. Let's learn how to access an element in a series. So to first access in an element in series, let's create a series. Here we can take this series, and we can use that series. Sorry. So here we are having series. So I think you all know about the indexing part, right? In this array 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one is stored at the 0th index, and 2 is stored at the first index, and 3 is stored at the second index, and everything, right? So if we want to access the 3, what we have to do? Like we have to mention the value as 2 here, right? So as it is starting from 0, we have to mention 2 here, right? So when we print, we will getting the 3 as answer here. So sorry, just a second. So okay, it's my bad. Yeah, you will be getting 3, right? Now I have a simple question. Like if you want to print the 5, what would be the command? Like can anybody answer it in the chat box? Like I want to print 5. Yeah, it's correct. Like the 5 will be having the index value as 4. Like when we print the index value as 4, we will be getting it as 5. Yeah, sure. Thank you. So when we will be passing the argument as 4, we will be getting the value as 5. So it's okay. Like we can access a single element by using this type of command. Like if we want to access multiple, like I want to access 2 and 3 commonly. Like how we can do that thing? We can do that thing by using a concept in pandas called slicing. So I will be giving you an example here. So here this is an example of slicing. Like what this command does, that it seems like it will start from the first value and it will end to the index of 4. Like here we can print and see. So basically it will start at the first index. Here the first index value is 2 and it will print till the fourth index, sorry, till the third index, and it will stop at the third index. So we can get the output as 234 here. Like, can anybody say me what will be the command for if I want to access the 4 and 5? Yeah, I've got something in the chat box. Let's try it. Yeah, it's correct. So okay, now I think you guys all of are familiar with how to create a series from different data types, like using arrays, list, and dictionary. And I think you are also able to access the elements in a series. Now let's perform some of the operations on series. So basically, I have a series. Let me take this series itself. Okay, I am having this series. Like I want to add one to the series. How can I do? Like I want to add one to every element in the series. I can just use the statement print series plus one. Like what it will do now here, it will print the series. It will add plus one to the series and it will print the series. The same applies for multiplication, division, and any other mathematical operation also. Like if I want to multiply it, you can see here you'll be getting the same as I multiplied it with 1. Okay, like I think you all guys are now able to understand about a bit about series, right? Like how to create a series and accessing elements in the series, and how to do some basic operations on the series. Now let's dive into the topic called attributes of series. So basically what this attributes does, like anybody aware of these attributes? Like I think you have learned about these attributes in your C language itself, right? C language also, right? Any idea what is an attribute? So basically attribute is nothing but if we provide that attribute, it's like a property of a series. Like if we provide series dot index, like it will return all the index values. Like it's like accessing a property by using a keyword. Like we can do some coding examples here. So basically this is the data frame. This is a series I have created. Like this is a dictionary. I have given values here and corresponding keys here. Now I want to print the index. So to print the index, I will be using the data is the variable name which I have kept to my series. Now I am using just a second. Now I am using index attribute to get the index. So when I run this command, I will be getting the index that are A, B, C, D, E were the index of the panda series which I have given. Let's try another attribute. Uh, let's try the shape attribute. So for getting the shape, we will be using the data dot shape. We will be getting the shape of the series, and here it is 5 5 comma 1. Here we can see that this is a one dimension array, and in x-axis we are having 5 values, and in y-axis we are not having values. So we are getting the 5 comma as a size for this. Like I think you have learned about the memory management in the C programming, right? Here also the series will be occupying some of the memory. Let's check how many bits does our series take? So basically, the command to check the how much memory usage is there is that memory slash usage. This is an attribute which is used to check how much memory. So here it is taking 330 bytes of memory for this particular series. So okay, like I think you all guys have know a series and accessing elements in series and some basic operations on series and attributes of series. Like you may go through these type of like there are so many attributes for series in pandas. You may refer this documentation after this session. Okay, we can also perform mathematical operations between two series. So basically let me show you an example of the mathematical operation too. So basically here I am taking two series, series 1 and series 2. So it's basically a function which is used to add two series. Here in this case, s1 dot add s2 will result in the addition of s1 plus s2 here. I think we can do subtract, multiplication, divide, etc. Right? I don't think that stressing on this topic is necessary. So if you want to do the multiplication, what we have to do if we want to do the multiplication, simply replace the add function by multiply function, so that we will be getting the multiplication of we'll be getting the multiplication of these things, and we'll be getting the data type. So, okay, I think you're okay with, right? Like we have done the series part. Like in the let me revise what I have done in the series part. So in the series part, basically I have created I have told you how to create a series using different type of data types, and after that how to access elements in series and some mathematical operations and normal operations on series. And after that we have discussed about the attributes of the series too. Like I think everybody are fine till now, right? Like raise your hands if you're having any doubts, or we will be discussing the data frame now. Shall I proceed to the data frame? Like raise your hands if you're okay with pandas, like series. We will be focusing on data frame now. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Okay, now we will be starting the concept called data frame. Like I have said you that the series will be focusing on one dimension. Now, when it's come to the data frame, we will be having a two dimension. So here also we have first we have to learn how to create a data frame using different type of data types. So first let's create a data frame using a dictionary. So for what we have to do if we want to create a data frame using dictionary, first we have to create a dictionary. So this is the code to create the dictionary. Here I've taken data of name, age, and city. Like I've created a dictionary. The same method which we have followed in the series. Here also we will be accessing a data frame function from the pandas library, and we are assigning the data underscore dictionary to the data frame function. So what does the function will do means it will convert a dictionary into the data frame. And now let's print the data frame. So I think you can see here the attributes which we have discussed for the series can be also be applicable here. Here we have seen the attribute size, right? Sorry, shape, which will return the shape of the array. The same thing here also it's applicable. We can use the, let me change the name of the variable. Here it's the df text, right? So when we run this command, we will be getting the shape of the data frame too. Like the attributes are common for series and data frame. The attributes which we have discussed for the series, we can also use them for the data frame too. So here, as it is a two-dimensional array, here you can see that 4 comma 3 was the shape of the data frame. So next, let's create a data frame using a set of tuples. So basically, I think everybody know the difference between list, tuples, dictionary, etc. Right? So here I've created a set of tuples, and here I have passed that variable to the data frame function, which is in the pandas, and I've given the column names as name, age, and city. Now it's time to print the data frame. Yeah, here you go. You can see the data frame has been created from a set of tuples. So okay, now we have to create a data frame from series. Like, can anybody do this thing for me? Can anybody create a data frame using a series? So basically, series is a 1D dimension, like one dimensional array, and data frame is multi-dimension, like it can accept two dimensions. So let's start by creating a series from dictionary. So for the first command will be we are importing a pandas, and we are creating a series using dictionary. And after that, sorry, we are first creating a dictionary, and after that we are passing the dictionary into the series code. So the thing will be converted into the series, and now we are having series. We know that the series is one dimensional and the data frame is two dimensional. So what we have to do, like we have to provide one additional variable, that is column, mentioning what is the value. So basically, I'll be typing the code. So basically, all of you are clear until this point, right? We have created a series from a data. Now we are passing that series, and we are additionally passing a column name values, so that it will be converted into the 2D. So now let's print the dictionary. I mean the data frame. So here you can see we have created a data frame. We can also check the shape of the data frame by using df.shape. Here you can see the 4 comma 1. As we created values as a column, here we are getting as 1. If we remove this thing, we will be getting an error. As so we have to convert the 1D series as into the 2D data frame. Okay, I think you guys are perfect with creating a data frame using dictionary, set of tuples, and from series. Now let's access the elements in data frame. Like here, to access the elements in data frame, we will be using two main functions called a lock function and ilock function. Like I will be briefing you about the lock function and ilock function. So basically, in the series part, we have directly given the values, right? Like 0, 1 is 2, 3, something like that, the slicing part and the accessing part. But while coming to the data frame, first, here if we want to access a particular column, let me take this example. If like if I want to print only the names of the particular data frame, like I'm having name, age, and city in this tuple, but I want to print only the name. What I have to do now? So the first thing was that it's df.tuple, and after that, what column name I want? I want the column name, right? If I use this command, I will be getting the only the names. Yeah, here you can see the first print statement printed the entire data frame, and this modified version of the command printed me only the names. So if we want to access a particular column, like mention that particular column, we can get the particular column. Like after that, if we want to access a particular element, like just a second, I'll take an example. So here you can see what does the lock function does. Lock function directly returns us the first column, which is name here. Sorry. So basically, what does the log 0 does? Like it will return the first value. Like here, John 25 and New York were the first column of the thing, right? First column of the data frame. So the ilog function will be returning that thing. And coming to the ilog, what does that means? Like here, first we are accessing the column. Here it is 2. That means we are using the mic column, and we are printing the first value in it. Like what is the first value in this particular column, which is 28, right? So we are getting the output as 28. Can anybody write a code so that I will get Tokyo as an output? So basically, log function is to access the entire column, but ilog function we can specify in that column what particular specific value we wanted to access. So anybody can comment like I want output as Tokyo. What can be the comment? Okay, let me take it. Yeah, you said that ilog 3 comma 2, right? Yeah, it's correct. Let's run it and see. Yeah, we can get the Tokyo. Like I think you mainly understand the difference between the lock and ilock, right? So basically the lock function is used to access a particular row, and coming to the ilock, we can also able to specify element which we want to access. Like here we want to access the Tokyo. Here we can specify in this column I want this particular value. Okay, I think you guys are okay with creating a data frame and accessing a data frame using lock and ilock. Now let's do some operations. Uh, like I want to add 5 to every age which is there in the data frame. Can anybody give me a command? So the first one, let me do the first one, and from the next one we can do. Let me take this itself. Where is a So basically, I want to add 5 to the age, right? So first, I am accessing from the data frame which we have created from the dictionary. I am accessing the age, and I am adding plus 5. So it will add plus 5 to the every age present in the data frame. So we can see 30 and etc. Let me, here we can see the 25, 32. Like I think this is the thing 25, 32, 28, 25. Now, like anybody say me like I want to add a string s to the city. Like can anybody give me a command which will add string s to the city. So okay, let me do that thing also. So basically, it would be print, and we are accessing the df dictionary, and in the df dictionary, I want the city, and in city what I have to do, I have to add a string which is s. I'm mentioning s, so it will add a string s at the end of every city. Yeah, here you can see New York's, London's, Paris, and Tokyo's. uh, okay, it's fine, right? Like now you are able to create a data frame and access elements in the data frame, and you are, can also do the operations on data frame, and indexing also you are fine, right? Like using lock and ilock, how to access and index the elements. Like here we can also like I have set some operations like plus by operations. Here we can do some operations like I want only the persons whose age is less greater than 30. Like in this case what I will do means, like I will create a data frame. uh, the inner, I will break you this code and I will say, so first we are accessing the dictionary data frame. In that I want age greater than 30, so I'm taking the variable age, and I'm giving condition that the age must be greater than 30. So this is one data frame, right? We are passing this condition to the data frame and we are printing it. So what will be the output here? So here we will be getting the age which are greater than 30. When I run this command, I will be getting the age which is greater than 30. Like I will be getting the overall information as I'm printing the df.text. And like you might be asking a question like everything was fine, like if I want to modify a row and a column, like how will you modify a row and how will be modifying a column? Like I will be explaining now how to modify a data frame row and a data frame column. So first let's create a dictionary, and let's pass it to the data frame. So we will be getting a data frame. Like I have got the dictionary, like data frame of the following dictionary, and let's print the original data frame here. So here is the original data frame. Like in the row I want to modify the mic row. Like I want to replace the values of Mike 28 and Paris, and I have to add some other names. How can we do that thing? The first thing, we will be declaring a list, like what changes we have to make. So basically, I want to change the mic name as David and age as 30 and the city as Berlin. So what I will do, I will first create a list and I will assign that list. Like how to access this micro? Can anybody say me how to access this micro using lock? Anyone? How to access the micro using lock? Okay. Uh, So basically, we will be using df.log to, like as it is in the third position, we will be starting the indexing from 0. We will be assigning the df.log to the modified part. Like I want to replace the mic name with David and age and something. Here you can see, like, just a second. Let me print the df to here. So here you can see the mic row has been say changed to the David row. Now I think you all guys can able to modify a row, right? Now let's come to the column part. uh, from the column part, like as I mentioned earlier itself, like I want to add a plus 5 to the column. You can directly access the column name and you can add a plus 5 there. Okay. I think you guys have understood about the data frames, like how to create, how to access and do operations and indexing everything. So let's come to the important point, which is reading CSV files. Like in the company, yeah. Any doubt? Okay. This is the important part of this panda session. Like if you are selected as an intern to the company, they have mentioned that you will be working with these CSV files. So first, we have to know how to load a CSV file and how to save a CSV file. Let's focus on how to read a CSV file first. So first, I don't have any CSV file currently right now with me. So I am creating a CSV file. Like this command is used to create a CSV file. When I run it in the terminal, I will be getting a data.csv file. Here you can see it, right? So basically, this command is used to create a CSV file here. So we must able to access the CSV file. Like in pandas, we will be having some predefined function which is used to load the data.csv file into our terminal, which we are working here. So so to do that thing, first we have to import the pandas, and after that there is a function in pandas called read underscore csv, which will read as the csv file provided in our document. And let's print the csv file here. So here you can see we have read the csv file and we are printing it in our console. So to this thing, I want to replace the age with the replace the age of Mike with 42. Like how to replace the age of Mike with 42? So first, to access the row of the mic, I will be using df.log. And what would be the number? Anyone? I have to access the mic row. What should be the number here? Okay. Like I have to change it. Like I have to create a list. Like let's change the name to Karthik. Just a second. Let's change the name to Karthik and give a age as 18, 18 or 19 probably. And we will be giving a city, Chennai. So can anybody say me what does this code will do now? So basically this is the data.csv. We have changed the variable. So when I run this one, the Mike's data will be replaced by Karthik's data. Now let's print the data frame. Here you can see the Mike's data has been replaced with the Karthik data. So if the same thing, if the company people ask you, first you have to load the csv file. To load the csv file, we will be using the read underscore csv function. And after that, if you want to do some mathematical operations, you can perform the mathematical operations. Now what I have to do, I have to save this form into the csv file, right? Like we have done the modifications in our terminal. Now I have to change it and save a updated csv file, right? So let's do that thing. So here you can see this is a command to underscore csv. This command is used to save the current csv file Here you can see you will get the output.csv. Here there is index equal to false and index equal to true. Here if we keep the index equal to false, we will be not getting this 0 1 2 3 values in our csv file. If we are keeping the index equal to true, we will be getting the 0 1 2 3 values in our file. Based upon the requirement, you can keep that thing. So I think everybody are fine, right? So first, in this session, we have learned how to create a series and manipulate series and do some attributes and operations on series. And we have discussed about the data frames, how to create a data frame, how to access and modify and do everything in the data frame. Now, the important part, I think you all have understood how to read a CSV. Like, is there any doubts? Like, raise your hands if you are clear until this topic, so that we can continue. Like, there are some 2 points we can continue that, and we will be having a schedule quiz, like not a schedule quiz, like a surprise quiz at the end, based on for the partners itself. So when you go to the company people will be giving you a .csv file. You have to analyze some of the information from the csv file, right? And we have to do some processings in the csv file, right? I'll be saying some of the techniques which are mainly used to modify the csv file and and you will be getting some of the insights from the csv file. So basically we will be doing some descriptive statistics and sorting for the csv file. So we are having the data.csv. Let's load it again here. Otherwise, let's create another CSV file and let's access it. So basically, this is the code to create another data frame, and we are reading that CSV file. So here, okay, like I want to add a column which tells us the gender of the name. Like, can anybody say me how to add a column in this particular data frame representing the gender? So first create a list of genders. Like the first one is John, which is male, and Jane is female, and Mike is male, and Sarah is female. So let's create a list for the genders. Now this list, I have to add a new column for the data frame, and I have to assign this list to the gender data frame, right? So after this list creation, I am creating a new column that is gender, and I'm passing the arguments male female to that gender column. So when I run this code, I will in the data set, like in the csv file, we are adding a extra column which is gender. And now let's print the data frame. Now we will be able to see the gender part also. Like, now I want to delete the city column. So to delete the city column, I will be using a command called df.drop. So basically, just a second. Df.drop command, which is useful to removing a row. So basically, I want to remove uh, the city column, right? So how I will be removing the city column? I've said that I will be using the drop command, right? Uh, so in the drop command, here you can see here the city is of a row 2. Like when I drop and again print that, we will be getting a dropping. Oh, so sorry. Like I've dropped the row row 2 I have dropped the mic. Here to drop the column we will be using the axis attribute. Okay, let me come to this point again. uh, okay, like if I want to handle the missing values, like these all parts I think we will be discussing on the next session, that is on data pre-processing and things, how to here you can see that in the mic says we are not having any age. Like in the upcoming data pre-processing sessions you will be taught like how to replace this nan and everything stuff, and how to get the modified data frame. So I think you guys are now perfect, like loading a CSV file, doing some modifications and saving part, right? Now let's discuss the last 2 points. Like last one was an it's like an assignment part. Like we will be combinedly doing that thing. So basically, let's coming to the last point, that is combining two data frames. Like how many of you have learned the sets concept? Like I think. You have learned the set concept, like inner join, outer join, right join, left join. I think you guys are familiar with that. If not familiar, these topics will be covered in tomorrow's statistics session too. So basically and sorry, I forgot it, to give the descriptive analysis part. So basically this is the data frame I have saved. Now the company people will say you that I need the description, like detailed statistics of the data frame. So basically let me run this code. To get the detailed statistics of the given data frame, we will be using a command called df.describe function. Like what does this df.describe function returns means, like it will returns the every it will compute every statistical operation, and it will provide us. See here for the age, it's counting like there are three ages, and the mean of the age was 30, the standard deviation was this, and the minimum was this, like 25th quartile was this, and 50th quartile was this. Like these all things you will be taught in tomorrow's session. And after that you can also sort the values by using a function in data frame called sort values. Like it will sort the given data frame by age. Here you can see like here it is sorted. Like here the nan will be considered as the highest value, so it will be at the last. So I think the basic step you have understood, right? If company people have given you the CSV file, first you will analyze the statistics and you will sort that thing and you will do your operations as you like. And after that, now we will be discussing how to combine two data frames. So basically, let me create two data frames to combine them. So this is the code to create two data frames. Like in the first data frame, I have given the name and age, and in the second data frame, I have given the name and city. So how to combine data frames? We are having three techniques, like three functions to combine data frames. One is by merging the data frames, one is by joining the data frames, and one is by concatenating the data frames. Like I will be explaining you what is the major difference. Like if I run the code, you will be like you will be getting to know like what is the major difference between the merge, join, and concat. So let's run the first one, that is the merge one. So this code will merge the data frames and it will print the data frames, merged data frame. So here you can see that in the merged data frame, here it's merging two data frames based on the common attribute, that is name. Here in the output data frame, we are getting name, age, and city. While coming to other parts like Like the join data frame function also does the same, but there is a difference in the concatenate data frame. What happens in the concatenate data frame is that, let me run the code and show you itself. So here what I am doing, like I am concatenating df1 and df4. In the df1 we are having the name and age, and in df4 we are having name, age, and an extra attribute city. So when it comes to the city, like when it comes to the concatenate data frame, it will consider all three columns, like name, age, and city. And here we can see that in data frame 1 we are not having any age, right? So the sorry, any city, right? So the city names will be given as nan. So the major difference between the merge, join, and concatenance is that the merge and join works like the merge and join takes the common attribute, like common variable, like here it's the name, and it will merge two data frames and it will give us the thing. But coming to the concatenation of two data frames, it will consider the extra field which is there in the df4, and it will return nan for the df1 values. So I think it's clear for you now. So okay, like this is the last part, and we will be wrapping up the session after this by having a short quiz. So basically, this coding example tells you how to do all the stuff. Like it's like a summary of what we have discussed till now. So let's create a data frame. How do we create a like? I want you participants to answer for this part, because I know that you. Let's answer for this. Let's do this, guys. Like I need a response from your side. Like how do we create a new data frame? Guys, I want response from your side. Okay, I think everybody are sleeping. Like the session was after lunch, like so. Okay, so basically, how do we create a new data frame? First, I am creating a dictionary, and I'm passing the dictionary. Oh, somebody's there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So okay, now I have created a dictionary, and I am passing the dictionary to data frame function, so that our data frame will be ready. So how to display the data frame now? By just printing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So just by printing, we can see whether the data frame is created or not. Yeah, here we have got the data frame. So the next thing was like how to read the data from a file. Like you are given a CSV file. How do you read a data from the CSV file? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Here in the terminal, I'm having a data.csv. I've read the data.csv. Okay, like I want to update value in the data frame. Like access me the using ilog, access the mic row and replace the nan with 42. Like, can anybody do that thing for me? Like, I want to change the age of mic to 42. How do you update that thing? Anyone? Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Like I will be pasting your things itself and running the code. Again, we have to print the read.csv. Yeah, we have replaced the age with 42. Now I have to save this file. Okay, okay. Let me do some more operations. Like I want to delete the micro. Now I want to delete the micro. Using drop function, we can delete the micro. Like otherwise, give me a like. I will change the question. Like I want to drop the column city column. To drop the city column, I'll be using the drop function. I'll be specifying the column which I want to drop, and I'm providing access equal to 1 so that it will drop the city column. So let me change the names. So basically, when I run this code and again I print the read.df, I'll be getting only the name and age. Sorry, just a second. Like I thought some error. Give me. So meanwhile, you guys give me code like which will save the output file. Like how to save the output file. Yeah, yeah. Like I got my error. Like here I have to give the bracket, and here I have to go to this bracket. I think now it should be fine. Okay, let me check it and I will be updating it in the classroom. So basically, like, okay, we'll be using dot to CSV file and index equal to false if you want to save the file. Now all of you guys are confident, right? Like doing loading CSV file and doing some modifications in the data frame and saving that to the file. I think everybody are okay with that thing. So now we'll be having a quiz, a short quiz. Let me share you the Google form link so that like in the chat box you can find the Google form link. Just fill the form and let me know your scores, and we can leave after knowing your scores. Like I'm pretty sure that I have prepared the surprise quiz based on the topics which I have discussed in the class itself. Like I think you all guys are able to access it, right? Like raise your hands if you are able to access the quiz. Yeah, okay.